So here I am on Pinterest. Yes, you're going to see me search on Pinterest. So what I've done here on Pinterest, I've put in the search field, and you can do it in Google, but I just thought put it in Pinterest. And I've Googled Pinterest tarot spreads 6 cards. Now the reason I've done that is because it brings up all these different questions, and these are really handy for if you are stuck for how to frame a question. So you can bring up some of these spreads here, and like that's 6 cards, and this one's a general 6-card reading, and it's basically for a general reading. Someone by Pixie Howe, which is a great spread. But the things I want you to take from a lot of these spreads is look at these questions. Like this one's general here. So they've used a question here, what is going against you? So if you want to look at your career, for instance, you could say, what's going for me and what's against me? 2 great questions. I can use that in my 6-card spread. You then might go on and click another one. It'll have something else, what you've learned. You might have another one there. It'll have guidance, focus, situation. So there's all of these that have fantastic questions in spreads. And if you're stuck and really thinking, how do I frame a question and I'm not sure what to ask, by looking at pre-done spreads is really a big help. But it's also a big help when you want to create your own spreads too. Like you might want to write a spread for a career and you're thinking, well, I don't know what to ask. So, you know, they've given a prompt here, action to take during transition. So that could be, okay, actions to take about changing jobs. So you've got all of these good questions. How can I best calm or joy in the process? So how can you do things and feel the joy in looking for another job? So you can use these just as basis. And one of the good things is by grabbing bits and pieces, you learn to formulate how to frame your questions properly. The biggest thing when you are writing out your own spreads or framing a question, it's the basic 5 principles, and it's who, what, where, why, and how. 5. Who, what, where, why, and how. They are your basic things when you are looking at creating your own spreads. So then you formulate and work out your own spreads. You go and grab your Divination Divider book, and hopefully you've got yours by now. This is a 6-inch square book, and it is called Divination Divider because of its split pages. And you can flip and mix all your readings, any ones you like. So they're all printed on the right-hand side. I've already put in a whole heap, and even if you never wrote your own spreads in here, you've got over 900 different spreads just already that's pre-printed in the book. But if you fill in the blanks on the backs of them, I filled in the blanks on them ones, but if you fill in the blanks of them as well, you're then gaining another 900 odd spreads. And by the time you actually fill in every box on every page, you actually have 4,620 different questions in your book. And the beauty is, with your Divination Divided, you can either randomly flick and say, okay, what do I need to know today? And it's landed on that one, and it's landed on another blank, and it's landed on another blank. You can see I've still got quite a few to fill in. Where's the page? I had one there. So it might have landed on there. So I can use those 2 today. If the questions don't fit how I like, I might want that page with that page, or this one and this one. So, or I might like this one and this one. So this is the beauty and the versatility of using your Divination Divided book. And I'm about to write in more of mine, and I'm using a mini permanent marker, which I will attach at the end of this video, how I write in my Divination Divided book. So get in the Etsy store or the new website, tealeafreading.com, and get yourself a copy. This is one of the best tools you can have in your divination toolbox. So this is how I write in my Divination Divided book. You can get these. This is a Sharpie pen, and it's got to be a permanent one. So as long as it says permanent, it's permanent. Or if you're an artist and you like different bits and bobs, you might have alcohol pens such as Copics, or Copic some people call them. They also are fine to use. But most people, you can get these at a stationery store. I think you can even get them in the supermarket and stationery aisles. But use a Sharpie. This one in particular is really good. You've got a bullet point on that one, but this one's also got, which is the one we want, is super fine tip. The other pens you can get from stationery stores, this one's just a Staedtler, Lumicolor they call these, because they used to use these back in the old days for touching up photographs when everyone used to have the red eye flashes, and that's what they actually used to touch up photographs. A lot of people don't know that. Useless bit of information. So use a permanent pen. And one good thing to have ready when you do it is a bottle of nail polish remover. I just have these in bulk because I buy acetone in bulk, what I use in my pottery and china work. It's just straight nail polish remover or acetone, bit of paper towel, cotton buds, doesn't really matter. So you write in your boxes. Now, working with the acetone, that's if you make a mistake, and as long as you are quick, you're fine. So I can actually write in my permanent book. I could sit there for a while, doesn't matter. And I think, oh dear, I've made a mistake. I just get my acetone, just enough damp, and you wipe across. And that's all you do. Don't go rubbing like crazy at it. This is a special coated stock. It's called anti-scuff, and the reason is it's made so you can cast your charms and things directly onto it. It's fairly thick cardstock. It's I think it's about 250 GSM. It's not thick like the actual cards, like kids' cardboard book thing, but it is fairly thick cardstock, and it's made of this special coating called anti-scuff, and we had it specifically made like that, so that's what it is. So just use your permanent markers on your thing, have your acetone ready, and away you go. So I'm going to write in here, and I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because I need or wanting a 6-card layout in particular. So you can keep them in order if you like. So you've got 30 pages between 28 and 58. It doesn't really matter because you flip and mix your book as you please. So I'm going to write in this first box, and the first question I'm going to ask is, what is it that's holding you back, or what is it that's blocking your path, or what is it that needs to be transformed? So what is it that needs to be changed? So we can I'll put it easy, I'll say, what is it that is holding you back? And you don't have to be a calligraphy artist to write in these. So something's holding us back. I'm then going to put in as the next question, what do we need to do right now? So yeah, what action we need to do now? What action do you need to do? And I'm going to put here right now. Forgot my question mark here. So that's easy, and you just fill in the blanks, and like I said, once you've got these blanks, you can then flip and mix all your other pages, and you've gained another spread. Thanks for listening. Get into the Etsy store, grab your Divination Divided. It is a really good book. It's just got, I made it just a soft vintagey type theme. It's got our raven overlooking on every corner. just so that it blended with most people's decor, I suppose. But it was a book that I had in my head for over 20 years, and I finally put it into place, and then here it is, Divination Divided.